And we live. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James. Where tonight I'm here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth, or in this case, unpopular opinion. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Good afternoon. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe to both channels. Any reviews or recaps or anything that we don't do on my channel, it's because we share it on Mrs. Best's channel. She has all of the reality TV reviews that I don't do, which is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is also coming back. We have Love and Hip Hop Miami, which will be on her channel tomorrow for. And also we have coming up the Valley Persian Style. So if you guys want to hear our opinions on that show, you'll definitely subscribe to her channel, which is in my description box. And tell her James sent you. And another person y'all can subscribe to. Hi, Shana. Thank you for being here, my love. Shana _ MCD. Her information is also in my description box. Please subscribe to her channel. And, tell her James sent you, as I said. Hi, Shana, though. Thank you for being here, love. We appreciate you. So, y'all, these two up on the screen here. When I tell you, I was floored, shocked, surprised, not really, but really. I don't know what's going on in reality TV world, pop culture world, YouTubers unite. I don't know what's going on, but these two. So let's kind of give y'all some backstory. This is Tamar Braxton, and this is Quentin, aka Funky Dineva, here on YouTube. They were friends, and recently they had a falling out. Tamar Braxton was out one night. Funky Dineva happened to be accompanied with her. He took her home. And, next thing we know, as she's telling her version of the story, she had 4 missing teeth. She had woke up in a pool full of blood. We didn't know what happened. Funky Dineva came online and said he didn't do nothing. He ain't see nothing. He wasn't with her. This wasn't him. Do not say nothing. That was his version of the story from what we understand. So it has been rumored around Atlanta, and then rumors kind of hit all of us YouTubers that Tamar may have relations with Mendeecees Harris. Now, if y'all asking, not loving hip hop, Mendeecees Harris, yes.
I'm dying at the comment because I'm sitting here in the background with my little stizzy pen. Y'all know I'm a pothead. I'm gonna be delivered one day, and I see a comment and I read it in Evelyn's voice. What's the problem?
Shout out to Mims for being here again. Thank you for being here, Mims. I appreciate you. And you know I love you.
Spread it wide.
Spread it wide. But I tell you, and y'all know me, I call Mrs. Best. And I said, girl, not Mendeecees, of all people, Tamar. What is going on here?
Tamar don't have a type. I really don't think Tamar has a type. Because if you look at her record of dating, husbands included, it's not good. It's not good. It's just not. Because Vince, that was her big old teddy bear. But then her teddy bear got a little violent and knocked her around because Miss E was like, keep your hands off my child. And then she went from him to the shady African guy. And then didn't that when she had the situation where she almost unalived herself and had to go get mental health care. Mm-hmm. Then she became a mental health advocate. Then she dated that colorless man who swore he had the swag of a black man. And sometimes a number of baby mamas, I'm just saying. She dated the colorless man with the suspect relationship history with all the baby mamas. And now, allegedly, Mendeecees. And her baby daddy is in the news, too, because I seen some stuff reported about him that was weird. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I think the Braxtons should take a permanent vacation, a sabbatical, whatever you want to call it, just from all of us, because I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, y'all, getting back to the story, this story had went away. Ain't heard nothing about it. I almost forgot this even happened to Tamar. That's how long it had been, because y'all know I reviewed the Braxtons on my channel. So I had forgot all about this. So come to find out, I was on YouTube and everybody was talking about Funky Dineva coming out and what he was saying. And I said, wait, what's going on here? Him and Tamar back beefing? I thought, because my recollection, they had deaded it. It was good. There was none the wiser. Apparently that beef went right back up, and we're going to go ahead and share with y'all what Funky Dineva had to say. So let me go ahead and go to his video. And I'm going to thank really quickly. I gotta thank the Shade Room for sharing the live that he did. So let me go ahead and get it up here. Sorry, y'all. Okay.
And tell, if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you would do y'all go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mandisa, okay, he's got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all was kissing. Okay, and the made me damn uncomfortable. Now, if anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mandisi's and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was your ass on the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mandisi's and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you.
Are you aware?
Are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? I'm calling I'm calling the ambulance. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
And then when I came to, it was like teeth and blood all over the place.
And you just don't remember anything.
I do not.
I
do not.
Scary.
I do not.
So did you look at the friend like, hey, did you do something to me?
No, that person wasn't capable. That person was mortified.
Yeah.
Mortified. Yeah.
So that's so crazy. And I'm sure you've run through your mind.
Yeah, I went to the hospital to try to figure it out because I was in excruciating pain. It was bad. And it was bad because I didn't know what happened to me. And psychologically, it was very heavy, you know, and like my whole right side of my body, I still get numb. But my whole right side of my body was so numb, I couldn't even lay down. I couldn't even sit. I had to lay on the floor on my back.
Ooh. So y'all remember this story? So I had to give y'all a reminder. So he's responding to the interview that she had did with L'Oreal on her podcast. I don't remember what it's called, y'all, so don't hold me on that. But child, I can't. That's crazy. It's crazy because at one point, I still can't see it. Make it make sense, ma'am. Come on now. Not ending up in a Mendici's Todd sandwich. I don't know what to say, y'all. I'm like, ugh. It does make sense in hindsight. It does make sense. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't. And I know a lot of y'all want to come after Tamar talking about, oh, she with a married man. She with Mendici's allegedly. She's with Mendici's. And I'm just like, first off, if we want to be technical, Mendici's is not married. So if we want to be technical, Mendici's is not married. And then also in other retrospective life, I don't believe him and Yeti are even together. I just don't believe it. I feel like they come together for Instagram purposes and filming Love and Hip Hop. I really don't believe, they do not give me they are still together. So if y'all really want to be like that, fine. But she sure did try to get ahead of this story. I feel like because this is her parents' story, like, you know, her dad stepping out and then his wife messing with him while he was still married to their mama. I get like that really is not seen well in her household as it might be in many other households. But I have to look at Funky Dineva for a little bit and be like, now, did you really have to out her like this? because I didn't watch the whole interview, y'all, with L'Oreal and Tamar. I didn't watch the whole interview, but I don't know if I would spill my friend's business. Like, this is my unpopular opinion. I don't know, regardless of where she and I end, I would never do this. Like, I would never come out and just basically spread it all out there for the whole world to know her personal business like that. Because realistically, we could have speculated based on her movie, but we wouldn't have known. We really wouldn't have known. So, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you, where do you stand in all this? Don't we?
My bad, y'all. I was trying to go on camera. I'm on the clock. I'm always on the fucking clock. Sorry. I actually believe that Tamar was up there doing something ungodly with somebody. However, comma, I don't move like that. It's people I don't have beefs with. Girls back in the day, we done actually threw hands. I'm not one to tell other people's business. And to me, it just seems petty. So I'm like, I don't understand what Funky is even mad at her about. I don't quite understand. Because I heard something about a birthday party. Then I see something else about some rumors. So I'm like confused on what these people are angry at each other about. But I'm not surprised. There was a lot of energy in that music video. I watched it, James. I went to James. I was like, this is a good album. But I was watching the video with my husband. It was like, that's a lot of, we ain't seen Mendices even smiling with Yandy like this in the video. So I'm not surprised. I feel like when there's chemistry, there's a reason there's chemistry. But isn't Tamar like 49 years old? Like, at what point do you like go on Match.com or eHarmony or, you know, call, where's Patty, the millionaire matchmaker? Why Mendices? Like, it could be me, and I'm no Beyonce myself, but I don't get the hype with Mendices. I just don't. Because if you take away his baby mama and her success, what can a nigga even offer? Especially to be going through all of this in the press. So I don't know. But Funky, to me, is wrong. Tamar, if you sneaking around, you wrong. Because if you feel the need to sneak, then obviously something's wrong. And we know the Mendices and Yandy aren't in the best place. So I don't know. In my opinion, based on everything that's happening, plus I'm going to watch the Diddy documentary later today. And yes, I am going to recap it and review it. But it just seemed like all of Hollywood is fucking each other. Everybody's just doing each other, getting busy, using their mouth and their hands and whatever else they use. I don't quite understand it, but it's weird. I don't really know what to say about it, James. It's very strange.
It is strange. Let me read these comments real quick. Mendices ain't married to nobody. Georgia don't honor common law, but morally it's still wrong since he's pretending to be with Yandy. Yeah, and I feel like if it is true, he should be catching the brunt of this, not so much Tamar.
It's always the woman that catches more.
Yeah, I get that part, but still, it's like, I don't think Tamar and Yandy are friends, so I don't know why she's getting the brunt of all of this. Where is Mendices and why he not catching it? Allegedly, if this is true, which we don't know if it is or not.
Mendices got to be quiet, because if he's not, he may have to find somewhere else to live or another way to get his rent paid. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. He's mad at her because she didn't clear his name with the whole missing teeth.
Nobody thought Funky did it.
I didn't think he did it. That's why I was like, I didn't think he was anywhere near the crime, anything. I know I didn't speak on it, but the problem is I didn't think he did it. Like, I really, like, if I'm really being clear,
it's dumb. That's why I'm looking at Funky. Like, everybody is quick to go, oh, Tamar's been problematic. But no, Funky is a snake. And it's not the first time. Everyone's like, Tamar falls out with people. This is not the first time we've done seen Funky Dineva in some public beef. No shade, he messy. It's just what it is. But I'm like, nobody alluded or thought that you did something. And then for you to throw a fit, throw your friend under the bus, expose all of her business, while also potentially embarrassing his fake wife Yandy on the side and putting somebody else into some stuff. It's like, huh? It doesn't make any sense. No one has to clear your name if we know you didn't do nothing. She didn't allude to you doing nothing. She didn't allege to you doing nothing. She hired some fake ass psychiatrist or somebody to come out and say that she was sleepwalking. It never even came back to you. So Funky having this energy towards Tamar, I'm like, did something else happen? Like, I feel like they had another fight as friends. that they don't want to talk about. And so now they're doing all of this. Because there's no way that would warrant him to do all of this.
Not his, like, as I said, I didn't watch the whole interview with L'Oreal, so I don't know what happened, but even still, it didn't sound like, to me, based on the small clip I just played here, it didn't seem like she said anything of the matter of him doing it, or he was there, he witnessed, or anything. It just seemed like she said he wasn't capable. So I feel like, okay, if we're talking about fucking Dineva, yeah, she didn't say you did it. Like, I don't know what you're getting mad at. And you exposing this just makes it worse. Like, that just added fuel to the fire.
Knew and saw them probably doing something, because I don't doubt that she's doing something with Mendices. And I feel like Funky Dineva is trying to pull a fast one over everybody. I feel like he is just using the so-called beef, because it's clear that she never accused and no one thought that he knocked her teeth out. So I feel like he's just using that as a way to put out this content, because he is, at the end of the day, a content creator.
True.
And if your friend has done something controversial and you need a way to speak on it, it's easier to do that if you having a beef. So I don't know. I don't really trust fully how he moves. Sorry,
I just think it was, I still have a lot of respect for Funky Dineva, I do, but I just feel like this was not the move. I just don't feel like this was something you should have did. Like, I just don't. I feel that, in my opinion, I would never, no matter if me and her fell out or not, I just would not do that and expose her and then make it look worse to the public. Because now we're looking at Tamar instead of, really I'm looking at Mendices, because I'm like, okay, what's going on with you and Yandy? So yeah, I'm just saying, like, I just don't know. Regardless of her age, taking someone else's man is bird behavior. I know Atlanta has slim pickings, but damn, as we said, Shana, I don't know if I can put this 100% on her. I just don't know if I could I need to see background information, because how we know Mendici wasn't the one that came up to Tamar. So
I think what Shana's saying is, as a woman, though, if you know publicly that this man belongs to somebody else, you whack as fuck if you still go for him. And I do agree with that. I think the issue is that Tamar's being nailed more than Mendici's is, but they are both equally wrong. They're both equally wrong.
But they're equally wrong, but
who publicly got a female. And if you don't know if him and that female is done, then you just don't deal with it. And that's where a lot of people fuck up when they dating and doing what they doing. Like, if you have to question it, move on. Protect.
No, I get that part. Yeah, no, that part I do get. Like, if you have to question it, move on. But once again, we don't live in Atlanta. We don't know what goes on in Atlanta. And as I said, I already have my speculations of Yandy and Mendici's relationship. I don't, as I said, based on the reality TV show and based on how Yandy moved on IG, I don't think they're together. I really don't. And as I said, I've never seen Tamar and Yandy in close proximity of each other to say that they are friends. So for me,
since you don't know, if you don't know, that goes to my point again. If you don't know if somebody's together or if the public knows, then just don't deal with it. Either way, in my opinion, and I always say this to everybody in my life and people hate me for it, if you feel the need to sneak around, then you know the shit that you're doing is foul and you should not be doing it. So Tamar walked into some shit with this one, and it's unfortunate because she's so talented and she really was kind of going up, but then some bullshit like this is gonna mess it up, because based on that terrible season with her sisters and then how people already feel about her, she can't win for nothing with this. If I was her, I'd stop doing interviews and just take a break. Just do shows. Act like you in the 90s, Tamar. Don't show up unless you're singing.
Shana said, I'm not a fuck you fan. I don't have been for a while. He didn't seem to be in the wrong, so he exposed his former friend. Yeah, that's where I felt like he was wrong. Like, I would have never exposed this. Like, this is something I would have took to my grave, unless him and Tamar got married or something. And then I said, oh, it was switch out from day one. That's probably when I would expose.
People use the friend word very loosely, especially in today's time. I hate when people refer to me as, hey, sis, hey, friend, hey, this. If I haven't known you for hella long, or if you've showed, like, be careful with who you call a friend, because people will be your friend and smile in your face. And you don't know that the moment that they get mad over something small, and this was small, Mr. Funky, they will expose every little thing. And that's not right.
Yeah, and I think as I said, I really want to know what was going through his mind when this first came out about him. I get a lot of people were trying to put two and two together because she was with him at the night that this happened and everything of that sort. So I get people were trying to put two and two together, but at the same time, even with that, like even if people were trying to puzzle piece things together, him saying something actually made him look more guilty than not, because if I was nowhere around, I'd be like, I don't know what happened to her. My heart goes out to her because that's unfortunate that happened, but I don't know what happened because nobody knows what happened, and Tamar already covered her tracks. So now this reopens up other possibilities and potential now. So I don't like this. I hope that I don't want him to publicly apologize or anything because I feel like the damage is already done. And y'all have already went back and forth about this. So I feel that at this time, the only thing y'all can do is just, hey, agree to disagree, move on. We wish y'all both well. You know, Tamar, sorry you had to get outed in this way. I mean, it was
She just put
already.
out a statement too on her page
Did she?
31 minutes ago. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
send it to me.
specific.
I'll put it up here. Send it to me.
I don't know who this person is, but shout out to you. I don't want to scream out your handle on the internet, but thanks. I'm assuming you're in this live. Lord help us. That's very strange. This is stupid. Everyone should just shut the fuck up and let the music be. Let things be. Like Mendices is in London having a time, and Tamar's over here in a PR nightmare.
Not a PR nightmare. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, this is not how I wanted to continue forward with Tamar after doing that horrible season of the Braxtons. Like, this is not.
I'm not
This is,
surprised. I think all of the Braxton women have issues. I don't think any of them chose good men. I don't think any of them have the ability to choose any good man. I blame Evelyn.
oh, you already know how I feel about her.
Yeah,
So
I blame Evelyn and that same wig and her loose teeth. And I hope that someone sends her some polygrip and a prayer because her family needs it. They really do.
They sure do. So let me go ahead and put it on my screen here. So this is from Tamar Braxton's page. And this is an official statement. She said, this summer, I poured my heart into Heartbreak Retrograde. A project includes a 6-song EP and a short film. Seeing it reach #1 on the iTunes R&B charts and top 20 overall has meant the world to me and my team. Your support has been incredible. That's why it's especially painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week, accusing me of having an inappropriate relation with my male co-star. Let me be clear, this is a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalism. These rumors don't just touch me, they touch our families, our kids, our loved ones, the people who never asked to be dragged into nonsense. I hope by now we see better for those who claim to report responsibly and love our people. As for me, I'm letting my lawyers take it from here. I'm staying focused on what I love, creating storytelling and making music and films that matter. If you haven't heard Heartbreak Renegade yet, I hope you give it a listen. And thank you again for lifting us so high on the charts, Tamar E. Braxton. Okay. So Tamar is publicly denying this. So now that puts it into a deeper sentiment because I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't. I don't know what to believe. Do I think it's possible? Yes. And does Tamar lie? Not to my knowledge. So I don't know what to believe, y'all. Where do y'all stand with this? Because now that she's come out and defended herself against the allegation that she's with Mendici Harris, I don't know what to really. Yeah, I don't know what to really say about these.
I'm with Shana and her comment. These rumors have been going around for like At least to me, I know for a fact I've heard them all through 2025. Stupid ass camera. That's why I be turning my camera off. I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I also believe that between what both of them are saying, the truth is in the middle of it. I don't think we'll ever get the full truth because everyone involved publicly lies or does too much, including Funky. So honestly, I do encourage people to listen to Heartbreak Retrograde or Renegade, whatever it was called. It was actually a very good R&B EP, one of the best that we've had in a long time. It's unfortunate that all of this drama is linked to it, but hopefully they all just shut the hell up because this is too much.
Right. Shana said, I would be offended if someone else's man thought he had a chance with me, but I think there's some truth to it.
There's something there.
There's something there, yeah.
We wouldn't see them around each other. There wouldn't be all of these rumors. There wouldn't be the need for Tamar to speak out now that, like, she's speaking out more now than she was when she first got the teeth knocked out. So there's obviously something to it. But I also feel like be careful who you call a friend, because Funky Dineva is nobody's friend. He's literally nobody's friend. And I'm not saying that all YouTubers are like that, but it does seem like he was just looking for the smallest thing so that he could unleash this and talk about it on his channel, because outside of that, his channel has been that interesting, no shade. But, you know, it is what it is.
She said, I don't want to hear from Tamar or Summer Walker. Those two big birds mess it up for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to piggyback off that too. I don't know in society when we got to this stigma that when we fall out people, or when mad day comes, when we're mad at somebody, we spread all of their personal business as if it's an open book to do so. I don't fully understand that. Especially if this is someone you've called your friend and someone that you have been publicly seen with, laughing with, joins with. I don't understand that.
And then I don't like it either, because didn't you just announce that you have stage 1 prostate cancer? Why don't you appreciate the blessing that you have to be here on the planet? Enjoy and go through and heal and have your fight, and not try to do anything that's negative. Because I know if I got diagnosed with anything, it don't even got to be cancer that was serious. The last thing I'm going to do is out a friend for some bullshit, because nobody thought, nobody alleged, nobody alluded. No one had the idea or the notion to think that Funky Dineva would knock out Tamar's teeth. Nobody thinks that. But what we do know about Funky Dineva is this is somebody that has betrayed several reality stars. Everyone's like, all Tamar's friendships end in bad blood. Not really. Her and Kandi wasn't really that close, and that's really one of the few public beefs. So then she has the issue with her sisters, which a lot of people have. But Funky, we done seen him have problem after problem after problem with different celebrities. And I believe there's a way to be a blogger, a YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, without pissing off or having beefs with the stars of the shows. James and me have people who are on shows sometimes drop into our lives when we're not giving the best opinions of them. They're not getting mad. So I think Funky just does too much and needs to relax. Sit down, Buttercup, go heal, and grow some hair.
I'll grow some hair.
Yeah, I don't like him bald. I feel like he'd look good with some hair.
I like it better than the wig he used to wear from back in the day. Yeah. I feel like I like this much better. But now that we're going to move on, y'all, to these two.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we're going to move on to these two. Because if you guys do not know, Kandi and Todd, you know, they are official. Kandi has officially filed for divorce from Todd Tucker after 11 years of marriage. Now, it has been quite the battle from these two. I'm not surprised by this at all. But from what I do see, we're hearing that Todd is challenging the prenup that he signed, that we all witnessed him sign on Kandi's fairy tale wedding, or whatever Bravo gave Kandi's wedding special to be. And he also is requesting full primary custody of the children that they share together, which is Ace and Blaze. He's requesting full primary custody since Kandi has a busy schedule and is constantly traveling. Now, when I saw this, I was like, whoa. Let's back up a little bit here. Me and Mrs. Best were talking, as we always do. You know, she's my best friend. She's actually married. I am getting married. So we were talking and we were like, and I think Shana was in this conversation with us. Shana, I think you were in this conversation with us. We were talking about how important it is, ladies, especially when you have money, businesses, an empire, everything. We tell you, we were like, this is why it's important to have prenups, postnups, agreements, and everything. So that way you don't have to go through this. But apparently, these things can be challenged. I did not know this as like someone, because here's the thing, when my situation happened, that was a very quick decision. Oh, yeah, you frauded this man. Goodbye. Case dismissed. So for these two, I'm like, so how do you challenge a prenup that you voluntarily signed on camera? And I believe his defense, I have it here. I believe his defense was he didn't understand the concepts of the prenup,
People
but you
do
still
all
signed
the
it.
time. People
You still,
challenge prenups all the time. It protects certain things, but it doesn't always protect everything. But people
Mhm.
people challenge prenups. That's common all the time. That's why they
Right.
sign them, because they say I'll just challenge it later, contest it later.
So here's my thing, and I'm gonna say this because I- though I understand people do challenge them, and though I understand that to certain circumstances, you know, it could be something that happened, like maybe y'all bought a house before you were married, and there's a prenup involved, and maybe that house wasn't listed as one of the contenders that we will spread equally. It means any money that she put into before, you know, may not be. So I don't know. Like, I really don't know how contesting a prenup should work. But yeah, let me see what y'all saying. I was in the convo. Yep, people challenge all the time. He said under distress, and he was acting like he was when he signed it. He set it up that day and played long game. Oh, gold digger. The prenup was fair. He just a hoochie. Not a hoochie mama.
The thing is, I know Shana watches RRG, which I've mentioned on this channel a few times. I don't know if you watch her, James. I've sent you a couple videos by her before, but she does deep dives on people. Like,
Mhm.
not really this stupid AI background. She does deep dives on people, and she did one on Kandi and Todd months ago,
Mhm.
and all types of stuff, from recordings of him saying that Kandi got a fat ass, but her face is mid. I was weak when my husband agreed. I thought that was crazy. But saying things like that, like there's a lot of evidence that supports why Mama Joyce felt the way that she felt that I didn't know about at that time, because I wasn't really into social media like that. So I do agree with Shana and several other people, really the whole world, that this man set it up and played like it was cool for a little bit. He got with a woman that was very successful. He got with a woman that was very independent and was very honest with him about her goals, such as wanting an EGOT and several other things. He went along with them until now she want to file for divorce from you, and now suddenly you got to contest the prenup. Now you're trying to say that she's not too busy to be around the kids and you need full custody. And I don't think it's going to go the best for Kandi, just because if you look at the footage, he did play like he was in such distress having to sign the prenup. So I don't know how her showing the Bravo tapes is going to help her in court. I think that's going to hurt her in court.
Mm.
I do. But honestly, this is why I'm a firm believer that you should date someone at your income level or higher, but
Yeah.
preferably at it. Because then stuff like this is less likely to occur, because the person that you marry is not the person that you're divorcing. If that was the case, you wouldn't be getting a divorce.
So let me understand this, because I don't know. I know how a prenup works in the grand scheme of things, but after so long, like, would she still have to pay him spousal, like, and things like that, even though she has a prenup?
If the prenup, so that's probably why he's asking for full custody, because he can't get spousal because of the prenup.
Okay.
That, like, there's certain clauses that you could put in it that they're going to honor, and there's nothing you can do. But he can get child support for each kid that he has with her. And if he has the kids, then she has to provide the lifestyle that they're accustomed to, which is her big old house and big old mansion. So him asking for child support or for the custody of the kids was smart. That's pretty much the only way that he'll be able to get any money from her out of the prenup. And that's probably why he's doing that.
So what happens to Old Lady Gang and
Old
like
Lady Gang is done anyway. I believe there's only one restaurant left open and they about to close. Blaze is also under financial scrutiny and closing as well.
Mhm.
Their restaurants failed and those were his ideas.
So if they dissolve it and there's anything left on the return of the investment, does he get anything?
That depends on the contracts that they did for the restaurant, if there's a clause in the prenup for their businesses.
Because I would say I know they didn't have
But
the
even
restaurant.
so, with what's left, because they closed and went down for debt and bad service and all of that stuff, there's probably nothing for him to get from the restaurants. That's probably why he's going for the child support. And Rose City, Todd was a producer. Keyword was, he was doing stuff on TV One, like the R&B Divas, I believe. That was his show, but everything he does doesn't really last, which is common for producers in TV. But nothing he does will make the money that Kandi makes.
You know what just came to mind right now? And I know we just got off of saying like friends shouldn't tell friends businesses and things like that, even when they, you
about
drift
to tell
apart.
my business, Negro?
No, this is kind of one of those moments I wish Carlos would get his messy ass on YouTube and say what happened with the Hollywood Divas, the show him and Todd worked on together.
This
what makes me, because I looked at this situation as all Carlos's fault. I really did, because of not so much the experience of him and Todd working together, what he did to Kandi and what Kandi had alleged that he had did, for the Escape movie and everything. So, but this kind of makes me want, like, I'm questioning everything now. Like, I really am.
Todd's just a producer. Producer makes money off of other people's already existing success. So it'll be very hard for him to get much from her. I think that's why he's doing the child support thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he also publicly announced that he didn't feel connected to Blaze because she was through a surrogate. So if Kandi decided to bring that up, yeah.
I would for sure bring that up. I didn't know he said that.
Yes. I'll be watching shit, James.
I don't be having time, y'all. I'm busy, so I don't have time.
I watch while I'm documented, calling customers, calling clients in between homework.
You know how to multitask. I don't. I didn't know that's crazy that he said that. Hi, Dips on Demand. Yes, thank you for being here for you.
Some shady shit for years. That's why I've never seen it for Kandi and Todd. James will tell y'all. I've never seen it for this couple. Never. She's just, I think there's a such thing sometimes as being too successful. And when you're too successful like Kandi, you got to date people in your bracket. But with what's in her bracket, she must have really loved him, because I just don't see what she ever saw in Todd either.
To me, I don't know who I was watching. I don't know who I was watching, but I remember that people felt like Todd was a to spite Joyce situation. I feel like for me, I kind of can see it now, because Mama Joyce do be acting like she has possession over Kandi, like in such a unhealthy way, that I do feel like Kandi went on with this to spite her mama. I really do. I don't think she'll ever admit it, and she doesn't have to. And I could be reaching, but I do feel like that this marriage to him was sort of I like him enough to want to marry him and want to start a future, regardless if you like it or not, and I'm going to do it. I do feel like that's really what this is, because to me, I didn't understand the relationship either when it first came on camera. I wish I had my YouTube channel then, so I could have, spoke on how I really did feel about it. And it's not because of the shit he did or what Mama Joyce felt. I just felt like it was random. It was too close to home, if you get what I'm saying, because he was a producer on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So to me, I feel like
interest. That's conflict of interest, and that's exactly why the fuck he lost his job. And the thing of it is, he lost his job thinking that Kandi would take care of him, But no, I just personally don't like a man that feel like somebody had to take care of him. And then prior to Kandi, he wasn't even in his daughter's life like that. Todd ain't shit, ain't never been shit, ain't never gonna be shit. But because he was with Kandi for so long, I don't know. I don't know. But I also think they're just another example of why people need to stop looking to other couples and relationships and saying, I want that just because they've been together for so long. Because you never know what people
You never know what people. Yeah,
you never
yeah.
know.
I don't never look at a couple and be like, damn, I want that, or damn, I need that, or damn, that's a nice. I think the only couple that I may be guilty of doing that every now and then is Russell Wilson and Sierra, but you never know what they have going on. I wanted to talk about that fucked up ass story that one football player said about them, but for me, I just feel like I want to answer Dipples on Demand's question. Do I think he ever loved her? Yeah, I do. I do. I think they both loved each other. But I think, once again, when we think about love, we have to think about it as like literally a Venn diagram. They had things in common and they had a lot of things uncommon. I think the things I do. I think he do.
I'll tell you why when you did, because I don't think he loved her. If a man love a woman, he not gonna ask for or claim that he need other women in the bedroom just so that he could be satisfied.
That's what I was gonna say.
A woman.
That's what I was. Yes.
He's not gonna complain to her on national television 1 year into their new marriage because he's turned off just because she got to be in a bonnet. Y'all, TMI. You know how many times my husband been this ass over and I'm in a bonnet looking crazy. And like, men do not. If the man love you, that nothing's gonna stop him. If he loved Kandi, he would stop suggesting so many failed businesses, and he wouldn't have complained the whole marriage about her success. He's consistently complaining about her success. So I feel like Todd was like, I don't know, I feel like his ego is weird and off, and I feel like Mama Joyce didn't help either. I feel like having her as a mother-in-law is probably far worse than what we would even imagine based on what we see, but I don't think he ever loved her. I think he had love for her, like I got love for James, or like you love a friend, but I don't think he loved her romantically the way that you would love a spouse, you know?
And here's the thing, and this is what I was going to say, because I agree with you. I think that he loved certain components of her. I think that it was sort of like what Monique with the Y said, it's an opportunity. And I wish I had my YouTube channel then, because I actually agreed with her. I actually said, that's why I keep mentioning her, because I'm like, I agreed with her, because it does seem like that. It does put together that way. All of these ideas, all of these that you can happen with the help of her, clout and financial wisdom, that this can happen. So I feel like, yes, I do feel like there was opportunity there. And I think he loved that aspect, that she could get the job done. Without question. I think that that's where the love was. I think the love of her is that she can get the job done. Like, sometimes men do fall in love with opportunity. Sometimes they do, depending on what it is. And I feel that that's really what it was. Now, I do think Rose City said it here. I think she definitely loved him, but I do think at a certain point in their marriage, she outgrew him. And I don't think that
women want to be with a man that, if Kandi took a break from work for 7 years, what would he be doing to support her? If she lost everything, how would he help to lift her back up? I feel like she started to get more and more and more and more successful. And then I also think the cut from the RHOA checks probably impacted them a little bit.
He used that to his advantage. He used that to his advantage. Yeah. Let me explain something to y'all. This was not only to humble her, but this was an advantage in playing on her sexuality. That's all that was. When I first heard this story, y'all, I said, okay, so he playing on her sexuality, and this is also to humble her. Because that's usually...
She just did an interview, too, talking about being Todd just had a threesome and all this crazy stuff. But then weeks later, here you are, divorced.
Yeah, I just feel like, that's another thing. I do think that it was the income, and that Kandi, when they first got married, Kandi was hot on the block. Like, she was getting business deals left and right. She had just did that sex toy thing. getting cash from that. Like it was a lot going on for Kandi then as well. That just seemed like it would have been a smart move. And then she was, I think, after Nene got out, she was the highest paid housewife. So that was also another thing to consider as well, because that Bravo check is a great check to have, you know, especially because it's easy money for her. All she got to do was show up. So, you know, I do feel like, yeah, there was a lot of benefit to her more than there was love to her. I think that that's really what I see when I look at them too. So my hope is, to wrap all this up, my hope is that I feel that, Todd, you don't need her money. So please cut it out. You don't need her money. Get you a job. Use this as an advantage still to that you can go out to another network, become a producer of a show, and get your own income, get your own ideas off the ground, and stop using this and stop trying to get a way to make sure you have a cushion after this is all said and done. That's what I feel, because I feel like that's a cop out. I feel that any two people that divorce, realistically, this is my idea. I feel like y'all should leave it what you came in with and split down the middle what you both earned. Now, if you both didn't earn it, you shouldn't be splitting it. That's my idea.
That's the thing, though. The court is gonna, and that's why people gotta get married when they get marriage. That's how it should be, but the court will view it as your spouse supports you while doing certain things. So I don't know if he'll get anything, but I know that he ruined his reputation. Nobody respects the nigga that's just gonna prey on a female for money. Kandi put Thanksgiving on at her house, had Todd's kid there, took in his family, supported his loved ones. She's probably done more for him and his loved ones than he could have ever done for them in a lifetime of his own. So the fact that he would even ask for that, to me, is greed. Because one thing about Kandi, we can say, even though I don't like her on Housewives of Atlanta and don't want her to come back because she's boring as hell, she does have a big heart and seems to take care of the people in her life. Honestly, if I was Kandi, I'd fight for full custody and be like, now you get nothing, bitch. But
you know what made me think of, like, because I know you just brought up Kayla and then him getting full custody. I remember in one of those seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta when she had first got her license or whatever, and Kandi asked, are you going to give her your Range Rover? And he goes, no, I'm going to buy her like a Toyota Tercel or something like that. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, what? And I just remember Kandi saying that, you know, sometimes she feel bad for Kayla because, you know, she wants to help Kayla more, but because Todd, you know, steps in, she doesn't. So I kind of feel like that's the blueprint right there of how he gonna do your kids if he get them. So yeah, that's the blueprint right there. The city boys, not the city boys, are up. He wouldn't let her take care of his daughter. I don't know why Kayla had to get out of the mud when he married Rich. I
really think that was shade that he was trying to throw towards Riley. I've always felt like that, as well as Candy's mothering, because like Shana said, if somebody's willing to give your child to somebody you live something, let them do it. Why you got to make her struggle, make her suffer, it cause any type of a rip? I felt like that was him trying to diminish Kandi a little bit and how she parented. I also felt like he knew in the back of his head it may not work, and he probably didn't want Kayla to get it comfortable to the rich stuff just to be dipped or dropped by Kandi. But I don't think Kandi will stop doing that.
I don't think she will. I don't think she will off either. I don't think she will either. I think she will still try to maintain some relationship with her, you know, which is good because at the end of the day, she's been in that lady's life for 10 years, so 10 plus years. They should have a friendship by now. So, you know,
I think joint was the best thing. Didn't Kandi ask for joint custody? Because I'm seeing Shana's comment.
She did.
Asked for joint custody, and now he's going for full. But joint custody is fair because the same way Candy's not around enough, Todd's not either. Because when he's not with Kandi, he's gonna have to get back to working and being on the road. And that was his excuse for not being there for his first kid. So why wouldn't it be the one for being there for these kids?
See, and that's the thing. If they do joint custody, she doesn't have to pay him child support legally. Because it's 7 days on, 7 days off. That's the
fair.
Yep, that's the agreement that Martell and Melody had. So yeah. I would have been sneaking money to Kayla. I'm not going to take care of a grown man, but let his child. I would, and see, and I always felt a way about that. I did. Like when I felt like when Riley got that Porsche, like I was just like, see, yeah, that's messed up. Like, yeah, he was a hater. Everyone doesn't have to struggle. Kandi doesn't want her daughter to struggle. They don't have to struggle. Like, if anything, to me, if I have it, my children have it. Like, I never understood these celebrities that say, oh, when I die, my children aren't getting any of my money. It's all going to charity and stuff. I feel like that is so selfish. Like, to me, I would have, like, if I wrote a will, I would have clause in my will saying you can't spend this money on certain things that don't advance you. But I'm not going to leave my children nothing. That's crazy to me, especially if I brought them into this world. Like, no, that's crazy. So yeah, I'm hoping the judge is fair. I'm hoping that the judge does analyze both sides of the coin and not just see in the benefit of who's home, because Kandi could also homeschool her kids at home and take them on the road with her. A lot of parents do it. So I don't really want to look at that as a short side to Kandi because she's constantly traveling and constantly working. So, and to her benefit, she's working to keep her life going and the life he also benefits from, or benefited from, I should say, going. Like, I don't think that that's fair. Like, for you to say that she's not home enough when literally she could just change their kid's life. There's plenty of kids who
she lives in Atlanta. Most of the stuff I see Kandi do is between Atlanta and New York. I feel like a judge would potentially give them joint custody. I don't see why they wouldn't. And plus, a lot of the comments and stuff that Todd has made, some of them related to the kids, like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. And again, Rose City keeps asking, what does Todd actually do? He used to have shows, but he doesn't really have anything current right now. Anything that he has, we know that Kandi's really the one with the connections and doing the work. So, you know, it's one of those things where the kids should be with who can best support them.
That's what I agree to as well.
Yeah.
She filed first. Do you think that he would have filed, or would he let this drag out? I believe he filed as well. I believe they both filed for divorce. I believe she filed first and then he filed, and then also brought up a clause to contest the prenup. I think that that's where that came from. Or does he watch the kids while she works? I do know when they did those Broadway plays together, they both were together at that time. Outside of that, I don't know.
On Housewives of Atlanta, they always had a nanny or a family member that was with the kids, a family member or nanny that Kandi found. So yeah. He don't even have family members really around to support like that. So it's unfortunate. I'm curious to see how it plays out, but I pray to God that Bravo does not bring this lady back onto Housewives of Atlanta, because in my opinion, she's part of what killed the shit. She's boring.
I don't think that she would want to go back because, you know, once again, Andy said Phaedra is not going anywhere. So if that's the case, I don't think she will come back on the show unless she wants to reconcile with Phaedra, which I don't see happening. So who knows? I don't see her doing it. I don't see her getting a spinoff. So what you say, Shana? Todd's been building up a case right now. He is a primary parent. I can't see a judge uprooting the children to be homeschooled when he's able to take them.
No, and it's going to be hard because they also said that he has to leave the house in the prenup. He can't be in the same house as Kandi. So if he has his own house, then fine, put the kids somewhere. But if he doesn't have his own house, they'll leave them with Kandi because he got to leave it anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's going to be hard for him because then he also has to prove that he can provide equal lifestyles since he's not getting spousal. I think that's why he's challenging the prenup, because he has to be able to provide equal housing for the kids that Kandi can provide in order to get full custody a lot of the time. I think that that's the clause that he's trying to fight, because I don't think he can. I don't think he can prove that he can provide for him in the same way she can. I think what he's using is the fact that she's gone all the time as sort of the letdown that she can't provide for them either in the physical parent part, not the financial part. Courts be having so much technicalities. Like, I'd be like, look, who can be here, who can't? I would give, like, if I was a judge, every case I would get, everyone's getting 50-50. Everybody. So this would make some men step up because, you know, I definitely see him getting primary with her still getting visitation and him getting child support. He may also get spousal because he acted like he was in distress when he signed a prenup. Not if not if the judge is Judge Judy. He ain't, because the Judge Judy don't care what kind of emotional state you were. You signed it. I was just watching her with my grandmother today, so that's why I know. Judge Judy be like, "You signed the contract. What did you
And
sign it
even
for?"
if you're in distress, if he was cognitively and mentally stable, which he looked like he was, they could still uphold the prenup. Especially with the confessionals and stuff. But you were hoping this wouldn't be messy. Kandi is worth $35 million, and that was as of 15 years ago. So I knew it would be messy.
Mm-hmm.
Worth a couple of nickels.
They said he's worth $4 million. The last thing I looked at.
But his $4 million likely came from her. If she got a good attorney, she could argue that most of the wealth that he has in today's time is because of her wealth that she had prior to marrying him. So that's the thing. Like, he could contest certain things, but really the only thing I think he has a shot at is full physical custody. I don't think he has a shot at really much else.
Oh yeah, I don't feel like he should get spousal either. I feel like he shouldn't get spousal. I definitely see him getting child support. I say let him get his little child support, get the kids on the weekend, and move on. Kandi, I think she should give him the kids too. I really do, because a lot of men don't get this opportunity, and I want to see what he would do. I do. I want to see what would happen. Not to say he's bad with his kids or anything, but give him to him, Kandi.
I mean, he claimed he couldn't bond with the baby because the baby wasn't in his wife's belly. So I'm just going to keep saying that because that's crazy. Did you bond with her? Is everything good now? And separately from that, the weekend thing does make sense. It just does make sense because I don't think Kandi has the time to have the kids all damn week. But I do agree. You want to be a gold digger little lady? And I'm talking to Todd. All right, get your money, have these kids, and take care of them.
Yeah, I just want to say I will give it to him. Like, honestly, I know
he won't, because he's been seen since the divorce out in the club, kicking it in strip club, doing city boy, hood rat things and behaviors. You can't do that when you have 2 kids under the age of 10. You can't. You can try, but you won't succeed.
But I just feel like men who do that, that's only to pull a power move over you because they know that does something to you. But a lot of you women who be in these situations where the men want full custody, give it to him. I guarantee you, he's gonna be knocking on that door saying, "Hey, help me with these kids. I can't do it." Because men aren't. A lot of men are not equipped to do it. A lot of men are not. Some men are. Some men can do it just fine with no problem. I grew up in that environment. My uncle always has his kids. And I saw my aunt a lot of the time, but it doesn't matter. Like, he was great with his kids and could take them full custody wise. But there's some men that just cannot do it. You see them babies at their mama houses and shit. So I just want to say, hey, Kandi, let's test the theory. Give it to him. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he's gonna be out there, getting ladies twerking all up in his face. So let's see if that happens. Because best believe people gonna be watching. Trust me.
I feel like we're about to learn a bunch of stuff, though, in this divorce that we didn't expect. I feel like we all knew of certain crazy stuff, but to me, a couple that is having threesomes on the regular, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that's about to come out. Because I also feel like he wouldn't have contested the prenup or anything if he didn't feel like he had something loaded in his clip that couldn't handle something. So I feel like something will come out that we don't know yet. But again, Bravo, do not put this lady back on our screens, especially on RHOA. Give her her own show if you got to put her back on TV, but not RHOA. It's in shambles as it is.
Shana says exactly. He will try to give them kids back when he realizes that money isn't everything. Maybe be daddy daycare and she will live her best life. Yeah, because that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'm not going to fight. I listen.
Right.
That shit is funny. Carpool attention. It is real. That's real talk, though. That's real talk. Y'all men think y'all be with it, but y'all want to take these women's kids. And women, I wish some of y'all would get the emotional, mind fuck out of your head when y'all realize they are doing this to spite you. You know who was really bad at that? She was on Iyanla, Laura Govan. I will never forget when Laura Govan was on Iyanla Fix My Life, and Iyanla said, "I would give him the kids." And Laura's like, no, he's never having my kids. She goes, why not? They're the father. He's the father, isn't he? I would give. She would say that to a lot of her people who had custody issues. But I remember Laura Govan threw like the biggest tantrum when Iyanla said, give him the kids. And she tried to tell her that he does not want the kids. He wants to see you suffer. Because that's not saying giving him control. That's making sure you're in charge. So yeah. I'm just like, I would do it. So yeah. Shana said, as a man trying to get her money, she had prior to the marriage will never ever be respected. Their prenup was very fair. I'm gonna have to read that prenup because I want to see.
It was fair. It was definitely fair. The fact that he's contesting it is questionable. And it's nobody's fault that you chose to move like a bitch for your entire marriage. You had a wife worth multi-millions of dollars and you got nothing to show for it, Negro. That's on you. If my husband get rich, whatever little allowance I get, I'm investing. I'm pulling a quad so that people can pay my mortgage years later. I'm pulling a quad web. Sure in the hell am. But I don't understand why people don't do that. I just feel like you should always tuck something away. I have savings with my husband. I have my own little private savings I hand off to my dad every couple months. Like, always take care of yourself and be situating yourself and handling your business in your marriage. You should maintain your independence through your marriage. If not, your marriage likely won't last. And if it doesn't last, you're going to be fucked.
See, my marriage will be you leaving this marriage with what you came in with. So at the end of the day, listen, I got to protect thee. My name is a household name. So yes, there's not going to be any situation. I'm going to have a prenup, postnup, and also stability clauses. Like if I come into some money right away, add that to that postnup because I'm not going to play with y'all. Because people on Mad Day, see, this is a Mad Day revenge plot. People on Mad Day get you. And you signing a whole bunch of shit. Like I'm just not going to, I'm not, and saying this will make me not even want to get married. Especially knowing I have promise in life. No.
I think examples of this, the problem is that people look at divorce as something that's more common. But really, if people took their times when getting married, actually listen to advice given from people and utilize critical thinking, they could avoid it. Because honestly, Kandi, this shit could have been avoided. If I would have seen the moment that man showed concern and distress, as Shana calls it, for having to sign a prenup, that told you everything that you needed to know. Right there. Yep. Don't marry him. You should have pulled, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, you should have pulled a Yandy Smith. The moment a nigga look like marrying you is going to get him a financial come up, or he's concerned about the finances, don't marry him. I couldn't understand that. She could have done what Yandy did. We never would have known. We never would have known.
And we wouldn't have cared because I don't care about Yandy. Yeah.
And who you marry. Take your time and don't just focus on materialistic, shallow shit like how they look, how they dress, their hobbies, favorite music. Like also pay attention to how shit is when it's difficult, because that's really what counts when you're married. How do we handle each other in life struggles when shit gets difficult or we don't like each other? Because that's the only like slight glimmer, in my opinion, that you get to how a divorce would be. So if they show an issue that soon, Kandi should have never married that boy. Not because Mama Joy said so, but because of all the other fucking red flags that he had. And look at him in a red turtleneck in this damn picture. See? Just committing to being the flag. Oh, Lord.
Y'all, hold on. The fire truck is passing me up. Hold on real quick.
Dana is right, though. She was a fool. An absolute fool. $35 million is what you were worth years ago. And you married him. And since she's been married to him, they've fallen into debt, failed multiple restaurants, multiple businesses have closed. She still ain't got her EGOT.
I'm gonna watch. You know what? I'm gonna watch Bondi. Oh, echo. I'm gonna watch Bondi Blue's interview with Chandrika, and because I want to know what happened to Kandi and the gang, other than what we've heard outside of like the food not being good. Like male identified women just to be married to by any means. I think she's just hot, desperate, and settled.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe that. But then also, as I said earlier, I do believe that marrying Kim was to spite Mama Joyce. I really do. I feel like there was never going to be a man in Mama Joyce's eyes that was going to be fit for Kandi. One, because there's a control factor there. So I feel like Kandi went against the grain and married him to spite her so that she could say, look, I'm a big girl now. I can do what I want. I can be who I want. I'm going to marry this man regardless of what you think or what you say. I really do think that this was to spite Mama Joyce. And so you have to be careful. Like I always like look at
Candy's love was that guy that she was engaged to who passed away when she first came on RHOA.
mm-hmm.
I feel like she wasn't quite over that and got with Todd too soon. I had always felt that way. And also, this is probably just petty. Phaedra introduced Kandi and Todd.
That's right.
And based on Phaedra's choice of man, and Todd and Apollo got real cool too. They ain't shit.
Forgot about
Phaedra
that.
introduced Todd and Kandi. And I wouldn't want Phaedra introducing me to nobody. I just wouldn't.
And then this shit happens. Oh, Phaedra.
I'm telling it all. Look, it all come back to Phaedra. Now Kandi really mad at her.
Yeah. Dip was on the man side. I remember I went on a date with a guy. He asked what I did for a living, and I told him I was a nurse. His response was cha-ching. I damn near ran away. He never saw me again. I know that's right.
That's right.
Get that sign always. Like when they start talking like that.
Going through it because they're known to make good money. Whenever I'm at UCSF talking to nurses and stuff, they all got the worst men.
They do. It just be like, what happened? Like, oh, I don't know if she did to spite her mom. I think she stayed to save face because of her mom. Essentially, that can go hand in hand, Shana. Like, essentially, that can go hand in hand because regardless if she didn't do it to spite him, she still stayed with him to save her face. That's still kind of the same thing because regardless, that's still saying, I'm not wrong about this man that you say is wrong.
I think Kandi stayed with him because she's dumb. I don't think she wanted to spite nobody. I don't think she wanted to save face. I think sometimes the most successful and business savvy, talented people make the dumbest decision dating, and that's women and men.
Mm-hmm.
She just ain't smart when it comes to boys.
I agree with this, Shana. I agree with this. And I'm not just saying that because I think everybody gay, y'all. Don't be putting that on me. But I do agree. I think she need to pull a Portia, which I'll get to when Real Housewives of Atlanta airs.
Portias, they just finally coming out with
it. Cha-ching. Oh my God, I almost threw him. All right, that is, first off, no. No, and no, and no. Like, I say, okay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm about to leave everything behind. Damn, what the hell going on around here? Hold on, y'all. I got another fire truck pass.
All these emergencies in Arizona.
Girl, they stay having emergencies here. I don't know what the hell do these people out here. You know what it is, y'all? People out here can't drive. And I live right by the freeway. So yeah, they can't drive out here. It's just Mrs. Best. No, she drove my car and
I never seen people move through a light slowly. They were scared to merge. So I just drove like I was in Oakland, but we made it. I'm a great driver though.
Hi, DM Rocks. I don't know if I said hi to you in my live. Did you hear that Fatum is allegedly that Kandi is with? Who the fuck is Fatum?
Okay, Atlanta must be really small.
Who's Fatum?
Fatum was on the seasons a couple seasons ago with Sheree. She came on as Sheree's friend. Very pretty lady.
Wait. She was the one that got into it with Drew, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I remember her now. Yeah.
And she made a video speaking out about the alleged allegations, which did not help. At this point, like I said earlier with the Funky Dineva and Tamar thing, I personally think everybody relevant in Hollywood, they all fucking. Everybody has swapped liquids, and that worries me. Be glad we're regular, y'all.
Be very, very glad. Because let me tell you, oh Lord, I'm echoing again. What the fuck? Damn. Every time
I don't hear your echo. It might be you hearing your
it
echo.
just, yeah, it might just be me. No, it was, you know who honestly scared me? Because y'all, before my current, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get an athlete," and then I saw Fix My Life with Jason and Brandy Maxiel, and I said, "Oh no, 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 no." So yeah. I forgot to tell y'all I went to LA a few months back. I plan to go back. You should. California is such a great place. I miss it.
Lovely girl. I'll take you to a sideshow. We could have a time. Get a sideshow taco truck.
I want to go.
You ain't been to a sideshow? You should have.
No, I've never
I've
been.
the one with you. I think I'm
What?
Andre.
I was gonna say no, that was not me. You know, now there's certain things my mama said no to. That was one of them.
I didn't tell mine I was there.
No, my mom. Here's the thing: in order for me to not have a curfew, I had to tell my mom where I was going.
Oh, you actually told the truth.
And I actually told the truth because
he was good.
Yeah,
apparently I was a menace.
Yeah, my mom says you could stay out as long as you want to. Just tell me where you're going and who you are with. I don't care. So I used to come in as a high school people. I used to come in like literally at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. My mom didn't care. So I was like, oh, I'm glad you have fun. And it's because I always was honest.
Anywhere. I had to lie.
Yeah.
I was forced to work the Sunday school and the children's section of the church, which was crazy because I don't even go to church today. And to be able to go outside or play sports, I had to have a 4.0 GPA. It was a requirement. I don't know if it's because my parents was African, my mama was African and strict, but I had to. Shana, Oakland got the best taco trucks.
Oakland just has California altogether, but Oakland specifically has the best Mexican food ever.
It's so good.
It is so good.
Just come visit me. I don't like the people here anyway. Just come visit me.
I keep playing with her. I'm finna
Yeah, I'm sick of you, James. Don't get cussed out on live. You keep playing with my emotions about coming to California, even for just a short time. I'm ready to fight you at this point.
I know. Well, hell, depending on how my life go in these next few months, hell, I might be up in there with y'all. Y'all don't be. The cat just gonna have to move over because I'm telling you. Dimples on the best. Like growing up in Brooklyn, LA was definitely different. I fell out of place. You know what? Honestly,
if you come to the Bay Area,
yeah,
North Oakland and Berkeley feels like Brooklyn.
I was just Brooklyn. Yes.
They call it like Brooklyn Part 2. There's also a big population of people from Brooklyn and Fremont. Oddly, I love them. They nice.
A lot of people. Yeah, definitely Berkeley. I was gonna say that was because it's definitely artsy. It's it's really the Bay Area is a great kept secret because no one really knows where it is. No one knows about it, like unless you're going to the university. That's the only time. But I love Berkeley. I did when I ain't been home in about a year, so I need to go back.
Yeah, you do.
I haven't been. Well, I told my stepmom I would see her. I would come visit her after I get fully recovered. So I might be there earlier next year. We'll see. Really? Well, I need to definitely go there next time. Yeah, hit us up. I'll come out there too. We'll make a night of it. Mrs. Best gonna take you to the turn up, so be ready. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I could provide. Y'all know I'm a what do they call it? A unicorn. I go everywhere. If you need something calm, I got you. You want nature? I've got you. You want some hood rat shit? I excel in that area. I got you. You want the clubs? I can direct you. Good restaurants? I got you. Do not trust Keith Lee. Because he came here went to all the places that nobody goes.
Nobody goes to
there for the exact reasons that they fucked him over with. I said, "Oh no."
Yes.
I'm trying to get to the East Coast though, y'all. I really want to live.
We said we were moving to like DC area, Bethesda, like in some of those areas. Yeah, I definitely want to see myself there within the next 2 to 3 years, hopefully. The only thing is my job is not out there. So I'm like, okay, I got to get something else now. But that's it, you guys. This was all we wanted to talk about. We've been on here a long time. I'm wishing all the couples, non-couples, friends, and everything else the best of luck. So, see, but Keith Lee ask for the
Did
spots.
not ask the right people.
He didn't. I was gonna say, yeah,
The Bay was pissed off with his ass.
because
I'm
when you looked at
cracking
the
up, and then
place,
he
yeah.
ended up at Highland Hospital. I said, "Who sent him to the county hospital? Y'all could have sent him to Sutter."
Why you go
Y'all
to Highland? Okay.
who sent him
I-
to Highland,
Why did I send him to Highland?
where all the gunshot
Right.
crackhead? That's where the county jail take they inmates to get serviced. I said, "Oh,
I mean, he was better off going to Eden if that's the case. Like,
ooh, I know,
yeah,
oh Lord."
Lord Jesus, But yeah, it's y'all. Let me tell y'all something. You just got to know where to go. That's all. You just got to know where to go. You just got to know what you're doing when you're out there. It's best to have a native with you when you go to the Bay Area at all times. It is.
A true
It's
one. There's a lot
a
of
true
people
one.
saying they from here and they don't be from here. They be from Stockton and Sacramento and all that other bullshit. But I don't know
No,
why
yeah,
people-
true Bay Area person that knows exactly where to go. See, my favorite place is all closed down. So I got to figure out some things. That's why me and Mrs. Best are collabing and trying to figure that out. Because all my favorite places are all closed now.
Some of them are open.
Yeah, but the one I want to go to the most, Arts, is not open anymore.
Arts was nasty. That's why they closed. You like
I don't
Arts?
think I haven't had it in years, so I didn't know it was nasty until like people were telling me. I went to Arts back in the 90s when it was good. Ever since that, ever since they closed the one in Oakland, I stopped going because I never went to the one in Hayward.
You ain't been here in a minute.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Everyone tells me it's nasty, and I'm like, it wasn't when I was living there.
Arts has always been nasty, Jay.
No, it has not. No, it has not.
Yes, it has.
No, it has
That
not.
crab
Arts,
spot was nasty.
the what?
It was nasty.
I loved it.
Oh no.
Well, your job when I get back home is to find me another replacement.
Yeah. Yeah. I love crab.
I know, I do too. That's why I was like, and in Phoenix, child, throw Phoenix away at times. I tell you, throw the whole state away.
The Jamaican food was great.
That's because they're not from here. I tend to go to places that are not from here, which is very far and few between. Very far. And you see, we had to travel very far to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to travel very far to get there. I'm telling you, I only eat at two spots out here. My crab shack here and that place. That's the only two places I eat at. Everybody else, I'm not touching this food.
Oh Lord. I gotta get you out of Arizona.
Please, friend, because I'm starting to get sick of being here. Like I was telling my mama the other day, oh my gosh, I said, you better hope that this relationship don't part, because if it does, I'm gone. Like I'm leaving that next week. On a hope and a prayer. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just until my car said, you know what, I'm done. Quit driving me. I'm
All
gone.
you gotta do is transfer your job out here.
I'm not working at that. I am not working at that ghetto ass damn cent. No,
It's not that bad.
it is bad.
It's
Shut up. It is bad. Ain't even no white people there.
I mean, there's like a couple somewhere in Advent. It's not that bad.
There's not. Literally, I was looking at the demographic and I was like, why are
I'm working my job. I'll train you.
But then I would have to leave my house, and I don't want to do that either.
I got another. I actually know a bunch of work from home companies. Y'all see me trying to get my friend back here.
She really be trying, y'all. And there's two ways I'm going back home. My aunt works for Bart.
Put up your ass, pushing you up the 5.
My aunt works for Bart, y'all, and she said the next time they're hiring, she was going to call me and try to get me on. I'm going if that's the case.
Bart is actively hiring right now. They interviewed Josiah. You need to apply. I'll send you the application.
Oh, she ain't come. Yeah, they pay very well. I would come back for Bart. Absolutely would come back. Not the security part, not cleaning out the Barts when they, go to the thing, to the yard.
That's full. They have the inmates do that now, or people.
They do. Oh, they gave it to the inmates. Bart think they slick. Y'all. Because that's That's the division my aunt's under.
They have other divisions hiring. There's a lot of
Yeah.
places hiring.
Quit trying to. I said one company. There's also, or unless I marry someone back into.
I work
you
in
know.
social work. My job is literally to make people aware of resources. I can't.
She really want me to, y'all. She been wanting me to come back for years. Like probably since I moved to Arizona. I've been in Arizona on and off for maybe 17 years. She has been trying to get me back since literally I left. Like literally,
It's black population. We need more. Come on.
I just don't see me coming back home. Y'all, I just don't see it. I can do it. And for the right circumstances, I would come back home, but I just don't see me doing it. I just don't see it. And every time I go there, I do get a little pinch like of, oh my God, I remember when I did.
Florida. You ended up there. Just saying.
No, I never saw my, yeah, I never saw, y'all, when I tell y'all, I never saw me going to Miami. I never saw that happening. I knew I wanted to go somewhere, but that was the last thing or the last place I thought I would end up. And I actually ended up loving it where I want to go back. I really do. Like I want to
here, settle down, make a little mo, and then you can save up and get back. You know,
child, I don't even know where
it's expensive, but it's not that bad because they pay us what we worth. Well, I also negotiate the hell out of my pay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I do too. Yeah, y'all crazy. If y'all let me explain something to y'all while y'all here on this live. Negotiate y'all pay. Don't be taking the first offer like that.
Nope.
Don't be taking. Y'all better counter. Yeah. My best friend lives in. I love Burbank. Yes, I love.
Come on, Keywan, you can move too.
Keywan, see, look, she's trying to set us up. Keywan, she's trying to set us up. Look at her. Look at her. She's trying. No.
I'm just saying that's my New Orleans sister in my mind. Come on, baby. Just come on.
I know I love her accent. She one of the very first YouTubers I've ever watched before I even knew this was a thing. Her name was on YouTube, Divalicious Queen 83. She was also from New Orleans. I loved her. I'm mad she does not do YouTube anymore. I am so mad she does not. She is hilarious. She used to get Basketball Wives together. Like I miss her so much, and I loved her. I love New Orleans just as a general.
My whole family's there. I love it.
I couldn't live there, but I loved it there. I do. Every time I go, I have the best time. So yes.
My family is moving back to NOLA. They all, like after Katrina, a lot of them went to Arizona. Then we have a bunch of family in Houston, and then some of them came to California. But now they've all left. So that's why I'm like, I need James or Keywan or somebody to move here. And they talk about they want me to move to NOLA. Hell no.
I don't think I could.
I'd rather sit through an earthquake. Hurricane scared me.
Honestly, that wasn't even when I was living in Miami. That wasn't even on my mind.
James, I was worried for you. You see,
I was not even thinking about that.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, I said, girl,
a hurricane is coming to Florida. Can you please go somewhere up high? He would just laugh at me. I was worried.
Honestly, Burbank is good. It really is. It is expensive, but it is good. Like one of the like if I were to move to Southern California, I would move to either Valencia, Santa Clarita area, or Porter Ranch. So you out of LA a lot, but you're still close enough to make it to things in good time. I don't know about Valencia. You're a little bit out of the way, but you never have to leave there. They have so much shit going on there that you never have to leave. Like if you really play your cards right, you never have to leave there. It is a best kept secret.
Yeah. It's just not enough black folk for me.
It's not, but at the same time, they still got great shit, great food, great attractions. Yes, like I said, Magic Mountain's there. I would never if I were to go to Southern California, that's where I would go because the rent's still cheap. So yeah.
I actually always say before I leave California, I want to live in Southern California. I cannot leave California because I'm a true Bay Destrian. I've been in the Bay Area since 1992. And I have not moved. I've spent summers in New York and New Orleans because we have family out there. But I've been in the Bay Area since before I could even blink. So I don't know how it's going to go if I leave.
Honestly, you know what we could do? Since I'm bringing it up because I could go to the Pepsi out there. Maybe I'll just move to the LA. Maybe I'll just move to Santa Clarita and you stay to Oakland and you just come see me on the weekend. I come see you on the weekends and we'll see which one is better.
I already know what I'm getting up here, so I really just need to see down there.
Yeah, I'll just move to Santa Clarita and then that's what we'll do. We'll do it like that. Because I have no listen, y'all. I'm not objecting going to California. I don't know if I will go home. I would live in LA. If I could afford it, y'all, I would go to LA. I would have no problem with that. I actually love LA. I love, like I said, I will move to where it's reasonable. And right now, I think you still, huh?
Canoga Park.
It is cheap.
No more though.
It isn't. That's why I was like, I don't know if I would go to Canoga. No, that's not for me. Oh, you're not following us? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put my IG on here and then you can DM me.
It's that my comment failed to post to watch your mouth reviews. That's never happened to me before.
StreamYard tired of us. But Keywan, that's my IG. Go ahead and follow me. But so yeah. But anyways, y'all, we're gonna get up out of here. I was supposed to make phone calls and it's like that ain't gonna happen tonight. So but yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for making it. Sorry, we went on a tangent. This is everyday conversation with me and Mrs. Best. So we feel like we on the phone, even though we not. So overall, we appreciate you guys. We wish everybody that we talked about and had conversations gave our unpopular opinion to. Overall, we just want them to live their best lives and do what's best for them. And we hope that all the outcomes are all to their best benefits at the end of the day. So we thank you once again. Thank you, Mrs. Best, for being here. Thank you for everyone who participated in the chat. Thank you to the replay gang. Shout out to y'all for making it. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 1,000 so I can monetize y'all, please. Thank you. All right. But thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys on my next review, which will be tomorrow for Surreal Housewives of Salt Lake City. Have a good one, y'all. Bye-bye.